Hey, let's do a class. So, after you've done your footwork, then you've done your core warm-up, then you've done your pelvic curl bridge warm-up, okay? We could start with some seated core work, okay? I like to do it with the ball, okay? I love core work with the ball seated because I don't like to be lying down. That's how I am. So this is my workout. I like to cross my legs at first because it keeps me out of my hip flexors. So I haven't tried this with you before, but let's do it. I have one red spring on, okay? And I have this really, really wedged up really low so that I can really use it as support. So I could just sit here and watch TV if I wanted. Take my straps, pull them forward, and I just reach and open. Reach and open. I'm really pulling in my core. And 10 times. Then I like to go overhead, and I'm still using the ball, and I'm using my core, but it's a lot of tricep mostly, and it's just back and forth. So even though it's mostly my triceps working here, I'm still using my core. Neutral spine, so I'm not curving over. And I have to pull in my core to keep my posture. Then I sit up, and I go back to lower lift, pulling in the core. Do a nice stretch. Coming up. Then single arm, of course, much more challenging. So I change it to a blue because I don't want to whack up my shoulder. Very important. So I really feel my oblique here. And I can feel my body trying to twist to the right. So I put my other hand down, pressing on the reformer to kind of help stabilize. Notice that my elbow isn't going far back like this. Ow! That could hurt me. Other side. 10 times. One side is probably easier than the other. For me, definitely the right is easier because my arm is stronger, so I don't need as much core. But I'm gonna have to do the other side again. That's why I start with the weaker side, which is usually the left. Your right arm is almost always stronger. If you're left-handed, it's probably more equal because there's so many things that force you to use your right hand more in life, in society. Before I do the other side again, I'm gonna do my triceps again because I like doing triceps. Oh, let's do one hand. That's a good idea. Triceps, one arm, because we're only on a blue. It's kind of heavy, but not too bad. As long as I keep from getting my arm way back here, I'm good. As long as I can feel like this is really supporting my arm, my muscles, and it's not like tweaking my shoulder or anything. Wow! Other side. This side is so much easier, it's out of control. Wow, I'm really really weak on that side. So you will notice how weak you are on one side. Pretty bad. And then we'll do this again. So I'm sure you have a weaker side, so please do the weaker side twice, since I'm already doing it, or you can just fast forward this part. Put the loop on, stretch over. I love easy pose stretch on the reformer. One of my favorites. Okay. Back to one red. We're doing a twist with the ball. You take the reformer, the strap, and you twist it towards the right. I have one red spring on, and I'm hooking my heels right here on the edge of the reformer. Otherwise I would twist because it's a little heavy for me to just hold it. You can do it with a lighter spring and not have the option to clip your heels onto the carriage, but it feels really good, so it's okay. Right side. Once again, my right side is so much stronger. Okay, let's do some elephant. Elephant, one red spring. I'm almost all the way to the shoulder rest, but not quite. Just use the core to stretch back and pull the core in. It's kind of like a down dog. The spine is a little bit more rounded though, because you want to use the core to pull the carriage in. I like to start it with a red and lighten it up to a blue, because it feels so different with the blue. It's much lighter, much more work. My toes are almost off of the machine. I'm really digging my heels into the carriage. From here, I can go into arabesque. So you can decide how far back you want your heel. I like mine a few inches from the edge. I have very short legs. I'm 5'4", but my legs are shorter than my torso. So I keep my hips level first, like a warrior 3. Soft, supporting knee, never hyperextend. Good. Then lift the hip and do a nice stretch. Ooh, this is good. Ooh. Maybe some circles with the knee. Ah, do a back flip. I'm kidding. Not gonna do that. Other side. I'm doing 8. You can do 6 to 10. Stretch. That's good. That's good. Circles each down. Nice stretch is to go in between. Just stretch the outer thigh there. Now lifting the heels, let's do plank. Plank, you just feel where it feels pretty good. Hands on, arms on the shoulder rest, and go out and in 10 times. I'm on a blue spring. Normally it's blue or red, however you feel that day. I'm not going out very far because it's a blue. Red, I can go out a little further. 8, 9, 10. Let's do the side. So I'm going to check out the spring because I haven't done this for a while. Let me see. Oh, it feels perfect. So with this one, I normally have my toe socks on and grips, but I don't today. So your pelvis is facing this way. The rest of your body is trying to be square to the foot bar. You go down, and then bring your left hip up to the sky, or the hip that is this way, and then down and up. And you want to push this foot down and this outer edge of this heel into the carriage. So you're not rolling it up like this. And you really want to push this hip to this rib. If you want to get fancy, you can put the right hand in the center and you can go down and then do thread the needle. Fancy hands. Woo. I don't like how my wrists feel after that. So I'm very careful not to do too many things on the wrists. Let's see. In between, let's do bear cub. We did this last time. It's tuck and plank. So your heels are up. Push out and in. Out, in. Out, in. So even though my wrists are on the foot bar, there's not a lot of weight on it because this is a different exercise. It takes less weight. So as soon as my feet come in, my wrists give a break. So it's not a big deal. And if I want to vary, I can go come in, and come in. Out, in, come in. Something like that. Other side. For the side plank, here we go. My shoulders are square to the foot bar. My hips are trying to go out to the right. My feet are trying to stay flat on the carriage. I don't go all the way out because otherwise I'd be like, ugh. That would be too much for my body. Then for the thread the needle, it could be this way. Stretch. Little Baddha Konasana stretch. Very nice. I feel like some overhead. So I put the headrest down. I love to do overhead. Just in between a lot of exercises because I just feel so good. And it really works my core and it stretches my back. It's not for everybody, but I like it. Hands on the pegs, tummy in, and we go overhead. reach the feet back as you roll down. Shoulders stay down. Inhale, exhale. Roll down. Inhale, exhale. Roll down. And corkscrew. We circle around all the way to the top, then lift. Oops. And then down. And circle around. Lift. Lower. Circle around. Lift. Lower. Circle around. Lift. Lower. Circle around. Lift. Lower. Lift. Lower. Other way. Last time. So this is traditional corkscrew. You circle around and then you lift the booty as soon as your feet are completely straight above your hips. Let's see, what's it going now? Let's do legs. Let's go in for legs. Let's see. Let me do the lunges that we did the other day so you know how to do them. But I would really like you to have a balance stick to help. So, I can bring one over. Hopefully I'll remember. Put the foot bar down, okay? One blue, I believe. Foot goes in the center of the carriage. And we just lunge and up. Back heel is up high. Don't let it sag down. It's on the ball of the foot. It's already a balance just because most of your weight is here. And you're on the ball of your foot is on the platform instead of being down on the edge. And we can do some really nice variations. Like if you lean forward, it's going to be a lot more weight. On the right leg. And once you are here, you can do these little kicks. Kick, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And come up. Ooh. And then you could just turn to the side. How nice. And do our little wide leg. Ha ha ha. And then kick. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then dips. 3, 4. You can even have weights in your hands when you're doing this. Both the lunges and the squat. Coming up. Let's do a plank before we move on. My heels are high. I'm right here. I go down. I come up. Do a pike. Down. Up. Down. Up. Down. Down, up, down, up. Variation, you can come up, you lift your right leg up high, and then you go down, woo, and up. Other side, down, and up. Lunges on the other side. In the middle, back heel high. Dun, dun, dun. I'll get you a nice stick. I don't want you doing this on your own without the stick. I just don't feel right. Not that you can't handle it because you have a very nice balance. Just teach your mom stuff, you know. Now, when I come down, I'm going to drag my foot into the carriage and drag it back. I really want to use this back of this thigh and not the groin to help pull it back. Inner thighs help, but we don't want to have pulled groin. It's very easy to do in these exercises here. I have done it when I had too light of a spring. That's why I like the blue. When it gets super easy, you can always go to the blue, to the yellow. And kick, 2, 3, especially in this position sometimes. The groin, like the psoas and groin want to grip, they get really scared. You want to feel secure and really work this leg and not feel like, I'm struggling, and then you use the wrong muscles. Coming up. Good. Oh, and don't forget the variation when you come down this way. Okay? Once you feel good. Turn out into the ballet squat. We have our arms overhead. And up, down. 3, 4, 5, 6. And you can do a nice port de bois. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very nice on the kicks. 4, 6, 7, 9, and 10. Coming up. I'm tired already. Okay, let's see. Oh, legs in the straps. We haven't done single leg strap. Okay, I hate it. Really hate it. But if you want to work your outer thigh, that's the way to go. I don't like to work a lot of my outer thigh. It gets inflamed, but I'll do a little bit just for you. Really? Come here. Okay. So when you're doing this, a lot of people use the ball as a pillow, which I think is really gross in the studio. Put a towel on it, okay? I've already wiped this off, so it's like, all right. Nasty. So you put your foot here. I'm only going to do a few for you. Okay? First one is straighten bend. Foot is slightly out towards the, like it's about about 1.5 feet in front of you. Okay? The other leg is bent. Your body is totally, your body is totally straight. Your spine is in neutral. Never tucking, never arching. Okay? You just straighten bend. Getting used to it, right? No biggie. Then forward, right under the hip, no further. Forward, right under the hip, no further. Forward, under the hip, then circles. So you can do 10 each, 10 to 20 each one. I'd say 10 to 15. Circles are good. I like circles. I'm using my hand to help me because I have a hamstring injury and I don't want this heavy weight pulling it too much. I can go the other way. So just do 5 each way for me. So the trick is to keep your core in, keep your back straight. No moving the pelvis. Reaching up, oh, feels so good. The other leg can do some nice inner thigh work. So I just bring this down and I go up, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not moving my foot. It's not doing this. It's just upper inner thigh right there. Then circle. So I can bend this knee for a little bit more stability. Other way. And stretch again. Yay! Stretch to the side. Until you fall off. Woo! Nice. Little figure 4. Then you do the other side, and you will see that my back will not move when I'm facing that way. It does not do this. It does not do this. My pelvis is still. Right leg bent. Straighten, bend a few times. These straps are really, really tight. Then forward and back, forward to under the hips. You'll see that I'm not doing a tuck. And when I go back, I'm not arching my back. I just go forward and back, and I'm like a pendulum. And then circles. Same thing. Not moving my pelvis, just the femur in the hip socket. This is one red spring. I think it's a little heavy. Other side of the way. If it's too heavy, you're going to wind up using the wrong muscles. So you have to make sure you're in control. And inner thigh, bottom leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 15. And then I bend the knee for the circles. Coming from here. And other direction. And rest. And let's stretch. So, stretching one leg. One leg stretch. With the reformer. Changing the lever with my foot. Because I'm a badass. And I can change it with just my foot. Can't because those things are... Well, I tried. Anyway. One foot in the strap. Stretch. So when I bend this knee, the foot goes back. And when I straighten it, it relaxes. These springs, these are so tight. It's ridiculous. They're way too tight. I'm only going to do this leg because my other leg is messed up. So, okay. So this foot bar is supposed to be up. You're supposed to be able to reach the foot bar with your foot. The straps aren't supposed to be so tight that you can't put your foot on the foot bar and your leg straight. Most people cannot put their leg back this far. So that means these straps are way too tight. It's annoying. Anyway, so we're going to bend the knee and the leg comes back. You straighten this knee, push on the foot bar, and the leg is relaxed. Go back and forth, and then you go to the side, same thing. And you go to cross. Of course, it's not going to go as far. Should be tighter this way, but everyone's different. Then figure 4. And you can even regulate it with your leg. Okay? What else? Nice back stretch. Take the ball, or you could just put your feet on the foot bar or the platform. Foot bar, I think is better. And put your shoulders underneath your back and lengthen. And exhale, roll down. Head rest down, stretching back This one. Like this. La la la. Stretching every way you want. This way, with the ball or not. Round. Very good. You put your leg down. Oh, we didn't do it. Oh, darn. The best way is your foot's in the strap and your other leg is pushing down towards the floor. Because then you get both. You get this and you get this. It's really nice. Feels really good. Thank you for watching. Other stretches, I'm sure you know, and you know, make sure you stretch your arms too if you've done a lot of shoulder work. Front of the chest, just be careful. Pigeon is good. Anything else? That's it. Anyway, hope you have a good workout. Hope this was informative. And see you soon. Bye.